Greetings. Good night. I'm in my dive on. How are you guys doing tonight? Let me move I got my battery pack right here, so let me move it out the way. I don't know where I do with the rest of my stuff. But it is somewhere there. So how you guys are doing? Good night, good night, good night. Girl is here in her diving. Ripping in her diving. How you guys are doing? Wow, wow, wow. What is this message coming to my thoughts? I don't know where they at and I don't even want to get up. You ever feel like you don't want to get up? We had a beautiful evening tonight, family. I made some juice earlier. I did not taste. I just taste what I had alive. We shared the rest out that was in the container, and the kids kept asking, "Mama needs some more. Mama needs some more." So I left for the drip, and me, I'm gonna give it all to the kids because I'm happy that they want to drink that drink. You know what I mean? So it was good. They drank it off. So we only have the one left in the bottle and the popsicle. The little one wanted to eat the popsicle tonight, but so that frozen. So I told him tomorrow. He drank every bit of that drink off. And the big one said, "Mommy, I need some more. I need some more." I'm so happy, guys. They like that drink. And it's a good thing I had followed my instinct when he said, "Do not put the carrot in there." It's a good thing I had followed my mind. Else, the big one wouldn't drink it. He's not a fan of the carrot juice. So, but I was so proud they drank all of it. I'm telling you. The little one is always drinking the juice, but the big one, no. So when I heard the big one say, "Mommy, can I get 2 more cups?" Yeah. And I tell you, it wasn't even sweet either. It wasn't even sweet. But maybe to their taste bud, because I put only 3/4 cup of sugar in there. So maybe to their taste bud, it was sweet, you know what I mean? But it just goes to show how I don't even know what to say. And then we sat there on the floor and we played kitchen. We were in there doing some songs and everything. Yes, I was having them in there play do chicken. Not chicken, we were singing, teaching them the days of the week and all kind of stuff I was there doing with them. We were on the floor, we were singing, like I say, I have 10 fingers and I know how to count them. So they were there participating. We form a circle, call it like circle time when we do circle time in school. And they had it. Then the little one get bored of me singing. He said, "Ma, I don't want to sing no more. I want to read my book." He got up and he went for his book. He went for the fun book. He went for the book about sharks. Was it shark? So he got up, he went for his book, and the book have the little teeth thing, and it had a hole inside it. So we pretend like we're eating each other, because I think the shark was snappy. When you give the shark, I forgot what to give the shark. A shark would snap. So I pushed my mouth through the book and tried to. they were, they were running around screaming. It was so fun, you know. And, oh yeah. So I'm telling you, family, you know, I felt so good. I just eat and just sat right there with them, and just get in the stuff with them right there. I've been doing it. I've been doing it for a while though. But sometimes you drop off a track experience. Yeah. And then we put some cocoa butter. We have cocoa butter cream and put some cocoa butter on our face, you know, pamper the face a little bit. Because I don't really rub anything on my face and wash it with soap, wash it with the Dove soap that I got. And we cooked some ital stew food tonight. We had some pork chop. Well, it was a piece of pork. If anybody eat pork, if you don't eat pork, it's okay. I understand. But I was just telling you. And I did it with some potatoes because I had a meeting too. I had a meeting and the meeting went over till almost 8 o'clock. Cynthia Blackwell, how are you, my dear? How you doing? Greetings. How you doing? So the meeting almost went over, and we had to Well, the meeting went over, but I was in the kitchen cooking while the meeting was going on, and I take my laptop and I flip the head over because and I had to mute most of the time with the meeting because with Zoom they can't even when you mute yourself they can unmute your hear, you know that. So Zoom is a very tricky place to be on. To be very careful. I am blessed. Yes, I am blessed. I'm blessed. Thank God you are blessed. Yes, we all are blessed. Blessed. We're alive, man. Let me put my power bank. I don't even know where I want to put it. So you have to be careful when you're there on Zoom because sometimes you're in the background and even though you mute yourself and you're talking, and when you look, if you're paying attention to your screen when you're talking, like somebody you're talking to randomly when you mute yourself, and you look and you see the host on him mute you. They can hear you even though you're mute, so you have to be careful with those stuff. We get a lot. So I was telling you, hot roast. We did a one pot meal. Oh, that's so good. And put some smart butter in there. So we cut up some sweet potato and some sweet potato, some Irish potato for the big one, cause the big one don't like the sweet potato, but the little one like the sweet potato there. So that's good. One is like me, not like me. The big one is different from us. He don't like all the stuff I like. The little one, know he will try. I don't want a wig. Get on my phone. Yeah. And everything, but I was shocked they drank the juice off. So I gotta go get me some more of those fruits. Gotta get me some more. So now when I go to the grocery store and I'm buying fruits, I'm gonna go to there's this place I can go and get some fruits. I gotta go get some nice fruits. So when I go there, I'll get me those kind of fruits and need up for them so they can drink it because I was shocked they drank all of it off. Yes, good night, family. I'm in my divan. I'm in my divan bed. I will not try and come out of the kitchen and try to make sure so the kids didn't go to bed because they didn't get to ride today. So tomorrow I told them we're gonna ride in the morning. So yeah, we're gonna ride tomorrow because the weather should be better tomorrow. So we're planning on riding tomorrow. So I like when time we're going riding, we go to bed early so we can wake up early because you don't want to wake up late and then you're running to get there late because they still gotta take him to school. But I'm in my divan. You can see I'm in my divan. It's my chair right there. But I got a bed. People don't think I don't got a bed. I got a bed right here, laying right there, comfortable. I'm in my 5-star bed. Well, summer coming up, family. So blend up all the juice you can for your children. Keep them entertained and keep yourself hydrated. The, in the summer, fruits are going to be a little bit more cheaper because you gonna have few fruits galore. A lot of fruits are coming in season for the summer months. You will have them galore so you can get them out at cheaper rates. So, you know what I need to invest into? A nice juice mixer. I got a little one, but that one I think wastes my fruits when I put it in there. You have a little bit of juice come out and all that debris, and I'm like, I think you could do better with pressing. So I don't like to use that one. It's too, even though it was a gift to me, I appreciate it, but then it wastes most of my fruits. You know what I mean? Especially anybody buy fruits and you love fruits. Fruits expensive if you have to buy it. If you have a backyard and so forth, and it's just your fruits, then not bad. Can you just buy the seeds and plant it, and. But when you have to buy fruits, I used to spend like $80 in fruits, and it can be more. When I'm buying fruits, I buy a lot of fruits. I don't just buy not just $20 worth of fruit. No, I buy a lot because we like fruits. So that little juice thing there that extract the juice naturally without no water or anything, it wastes too much of my fruits. No, nothing inflation. I want all my inflation. Inflation up. I want to be up there too. all my, if I'm gonna spend my money, I want to see all of it. All of it. Every drop, every loss of it. I'm just messing with you. But it's true, you want to see all of it, you know what I mean? Even some fruits, if you can eat the skin, you eat it. Roughage. Eat the roughage. So I had a good dinner since then, and it was so good. I diced up the pork chops. It was it the I don't know call it pork chops. It wasn't the pork chops. It was the the chunk part of the meat, that big chunk piece of the meat. It was like a hand sized length, like my big hand here, and my hand looked so big on the camera. Look at it, and it looked like a so big. But anyway, like my hand size length, and I dice it up, seasoning them up and stuff like that. Put them in the pot with some olive oil, marinate him down a little bit, and then cut them. I had all the onion and scallion. I use up when I use bell pepper. I use one whole bell pepper. So that is something I would have to have galore in the house, and maybe I would have to freeze it. You know what I mean? I might have to have that galore in the house. So I don't know. I might have to have that galore in the house. So I don't know. That's my computer thing here. My computer probably in the kitchen because I was using it in the kitchen and everything. But I hope everybody doing good tonight and everything, just here. Feel good. The kids them drink off the drinks. I feel good family. Anybody know if you have children and they don't drink a lot of these juice that you really would, save you a few dollars than buying juice, give to them. And you see you finally make one and it stick to them, you feel so good. It's like you go out there, you buy some form of tickets business and you win something. You feel good the same way I feel good. Because kids are hard to please when it comes to natural juice. They're very hard to please. Their taste bud is so off. Their taste bud is not like our taste bud. So you gotta remember that they're so young, their taste bud is not adjusted to the things that we would say, woo. They probably give them to sample it and they just look at you like yati, and then embarrass you. So you have to have big bones. You have to have some good bones there to deal with the embarrassment of the children. When I mean embarrassing, they know embarrassing in our way to embarrass but you know what we mean when we say embarrassment when you have children. Just the way they say things, just bold, blunt. They're the bluntest set of creatures on the planet, the kids. They're blunt because they don't really understand. They're just expressing themselves the best way they know how. They're blunt. You know, Mommy, this yaki. They ain't gonna tell you anything else. They just saying one word, yati. Why you say yati? Don't taste good. Or they say it's salty. So I like their bluntness though. Cause we were blunt too. But I don't know if I was blunt and expressive, you know what I mean? So there's a big difference between being blunt and expressive. So I don't know if I was like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm giving thanks. Oh, and I finally get you to that person there too. So it should be coming. I was asking them if they want me to come or they to come, and they said no, they will come. So I said, okay, I will let you guys in when you come. So they're gonna come tomorrow. Why my life just run off and run back? Hey, this life retarded. Yeah. My son phone alarming. That's the worst thing, and then you're not gonna shut up. Not go shut up. You just go keep. We're doing good, family. I enjoyed dinner this evening. I went back for second round. Yes, I went back for seconds today because it was just potatoes and stuff. So I went back for seconds today. I think I have a short. I was trying to create one of those 3-minute video there for it, and it wouldn't happen because the phone full. I have to keep cleaning the cache. So I don't think I posted it yet. So when you post, you guys will see what I was doing. As I said, I only had scallion and onion. So I cut up one onion and I cut up three scallions because the scallions, they look mega long scallions. They weren't chunky. So I cut up three of them in there and do them up with the potato and stuff and put some smart butter in it. 'Cause, instead of you crushing it and then put the butter in there and let it cook down with it, ooh, when it's done, you cook up the meat first. Make sure the meat, you know, brown up it a little first before, and then when you're ready to put everything, it's like, a lot of people like Jamaicans, when we cook, most times, some of us will cut up potatoes in our food when we cook. So they will understand what I mean. But I say we cut up stuff in our meat pot. But instead of me cut it up as in small dice, small, I didn't cut it up small. I cut it up in a way where I can enjoy it. Like, when I'm done, I take it out and I can use my fork to cut it and eat it. Yeah, so that's what we used to do. Like when we cook down chicken, also we would put spinach in there. Anybody know the spinach and the little dumplings, and then we would dice up some potatoes and stuff like that and put up in there, so they would understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, so they will understand that one, and it tastes real good. If it is so funny though, the things that are not really good for you, they taste so good. Like, they say pork not good for you, but I find that when you cook like pork and beef, man, it just give the pot a different flavor. I know. I can't open my blanket. It just give the pot a different flavor, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Different taste, man. I'm telling you. So, but you can use chicken because I like fresh chicken. When you cook, I like to use the fresh chicken because the fresh chicken kind of give your pot a nice flavor too. When I mean the fresh chicken, you go to the store, you get the chicken, not the one that just killed, because we never like the one that just killed. You have to be in the fridge, and then when they go on the fridge, and I don't know why they say that, you go on the fridge, and then when it come off the fridge, and it tastes a little bit better. I don't know. And but I like to get, when I say fresh meat, I like to get the meat that you just go to the supermarket and get that meat and use it because it's not frozen where you have to unthaw it and all that, extra stuff, and then use it. And then you get a nice good dinner right there. And then you can use the olive oil because you're not waiting for another half an hour to marinate nothing. So because I work in restaurants, so they show you the chicks and before they season the meat and stuff. And you can use your olive oil. They don't use the olive oil in the restaurant though, but unless if it's a Mediterranean restaurant, they use the olive oil. But in regular restaurant, no, they will use oil, whatever oil they use, and you use the oil to marinate the meat. So that way, you don't have no time for your wait. Or you season up your meat and you're waiting 2 3 hours. No, when you season the meat, you can use your olive oil. Just drizzle it over it or marinate it, and then you can put it in the pot right there, and then and it still give your pot. It still give your meat that nice flavor you were looking for, even if it was sit there for a half 30 minutes to an hour marinating. Some people let their meat marinated overnight or so. Either or. So if you're on the go and you want that desired result, you just put a little oil in there. But I use olive oil. Since I start use olive oil, I see a lot of changes in my body too. Feel better. You know. Don't feel sluggish neither. I use olive oil and I use the canola oil if I'm gonna fry something. I use the canola oil. I need to try the avocado one. But the next time I will invest in the avocado oil. I haven't used the avocado oil yet, but one of these days I will try it. You know, I'll try. But the food I cooked this evening was so good. I went back for seconds. Seconds I went back for. But I long to eat some yellow yam. That's what I long to eat, some good old yellow yam. You know, the yellow yam that anybody understand the yellow yam. I think they have some in 9 Mile here too, you know. But once we got the car shut off on me 3 times today in the middle of the road. After I picked my son up from school. Well, before I pick my son up, I run and do an errand, and then when I'm pulling out the parking lot, reversing the car to stop. Then I turn it off and turn it back on. It's so funny how your instinct work though. While it happened, I just heard a voice say, it didn't make me get panic or anything, or get mad or say, oh, what is, none of that. All I heard a voice in my head said, just turn the car engine off. Just turn the key off, turn the key off, and turn it back on. And then it drive again. Then, where else did I go again? And it shut off again. I think at the light. And then when I came from my son's school today and reached right back out of the light, ready to go on the light, change for me to go. The car shut off on me and the instinct come right back again. Just turn the key off and turn it back on. Boom, car start right back up. Gone. I'm like, but I'm just so happy along because when you just fix something and then it start act up again, this time no stress go run in your head because especially if you're checking your budget in your head. If you check your budget in your head like me. If you have your budget in your head, not in books. I ain't talking no books in your head. I you say, look, I only have this or I only have that. You know what I mean? You're looking at what you got, not manually, but it's like the soft copy is in your head. You're the this, your head is the this, your brain is the diskette for you for planning out what you're doing or what you're thinking of, eh? I said, no, 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 this can be happening. So it is so good when time you things are happening and you can have that voice just come to you and say, just do this and just do that. And you just have to follow through with that inner thought that comes right there and then because I'm telling you, it's not gonna lead you wrong unless you wanna follow the second one. Because if you follow the second one, it's gonna lead you the other way. Because even when the car had breakdown, I remember the first time when my car had breakdown, I called the place and I was so upset. And I called them and I canceled my insurance. Not this time, first time. And I learned from that people. Because what I do with my insurance, I pay up for 6 months ahead. Thank God for that. God is good. But anyway, and this time around when my car break down, it was so tempting. When I say tempting, family, it was so tempting. I'm gonna tell you why. It was so tempting for me to cancel because I'm like, I'm done with this car, I'm this and that. And then I heard a voice like, calm down, girl, just calm down and think. That's all you need to do. It's just like literally somebody yelling at me, but just calm down and think. But that is so good though. At least I have something up there telling me to just calm down, relax and think. Because when you're worked up, you can't think. You gotta remember that when you work up, you ain't thinking clearly. You can't see clearly. Like they said, the rain is falling, and you can't see clearly. And I heard the voice say, "Just stop and think." So I be using that approach all the time. So when something happen now, I'm rolling off with a solution. Quick, I'm finding something. Okay, okay, I need to do this. Okay, 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 I need to do this. So I'm like, thank you. Because when you're a one man band, even if you're not a one man band, but sometimes you look like you're a one man band. If you understand, you have to you can't just, I'm telling you. So this time around, I learned my lesson to not just too quick to go call and cancel your insurance. Because the last time I called and canceled my nice cheap insurance, when I tried to get that insurance back, people, for the same car, it was gonna cost me almost $2,000 for 6 months. I'm like, for what? Oscar, how are you? Good night, good night. How you doing? Good night. Greetings. So let me tell you something. I'm telling you, I have experience in these things. Let's not say I'm telling you, because that sounds like a commanding kind of. No, let's not say that. Naviva dot. How are you? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So good night, good night, good night. So I learned my lesson not to jump to conclusion too quick. Sometimes all we need to do is just take deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Glad you're doing good. Glad you're doing good. I'm doing good as well here too, chilling. chilling in my diving, you know. So I learned nowadays not to jump too quick. And then I had a lady friend and I was calling her and we were there talking and everything. And she said, well, you have to follow your mind and everything. So, because I was telling her, I remember the last time you said, my friend David from Uganda. Oh, okay. Greetings from Uganda. Oh, Uganda. You're close to Kenya. You're close to Kenya. Okay. So greetings, but I'm telling you, so we can't too quick when something not going right to just jump people, especially when it comes to these things that you have to pay money out your pocket. Yeah, it may cost you more. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you cancel something and hope that you're gonna get back the same result when you try to reapply. Yeah, everything is going up, not going down. So you might out of luck, you know. So that's all I can tell you from what I learned from my experience. Don't quick to jump, you know. You know, the first mistake is okay. You're a student at PCTE College, Punja. Oh, you're trying to be a pharmacist? Or you're a pharmacist? That's good saying you were. I am from originally from Jamaica, living in Michigan. They say he's a very brilliant student. Oh, that's good. It's good. Sky's the limit. You just gotta keep working hard, you know. Gotta work hard for your goals nowadays. And it's not just nowadays, it's every day we gotta work hard for what we want. You know, just work hard and what they say, not work harder, but work smarter. You know, we have to find ways to balance, you know. Oh, okay. All right. So greetings. Not now though. Well, India, no, not right now. But in the future, in the near future, God's willing. You know, in the future. You only can say in the future, you know what I mean? In the future, God's willing, then we can travel. You know what I mean? You only can hope to travel in the near future. Like when I used to want to come to the US or something, and I used to have it, and I say in the future, and hereby. So, such is life. Oh, okay. Well, I'm a business owner myself. So that's good. That's good. What you do? You sell goods or you sell furniture? Because I know a lot of people in the India, what they do furniture work and stuff like that, jewelry. Or you work in the laboratory. Oh yes, medicine. Yes, you good. You guys are known for that. Computers and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, you do work on another. Okay. Oh, that's nice. It's good to have a career, you know, whether a skill or anything. No really matter what is it. Could be anything. I never been to India before. But one of these fine days in the future, what the future holds. You never know what the future holds. Because India is a part of Indians are some of the people who came in my culture as well. So we have them strong there. A lot of them are in Jamaica. You like to travel to the US? Well, you can travel. You have a whole career ahead of you. You can travel. Work hard. Trace your dreams. You know, there's no limit to anything. You know, just have to keep working hard. Only time you have limit is when you put limit on things. Like you can't do this or you can't accomplish this, then you will limit yourself. You know, leave yourself unlimited. You can fly all over the place, travel all over wherever. It's just a matter of when and where and how and why. All those things that we'll be saying when, why, how, where. You'll be surprised. All you need to do is to start. You have a plan is a start. That's the first thing in business. You have to have a plan. No matter anything, the first thing you have to have is a plan. And then you have to organize that plan, how you're going to execute it. and all these things. How you gonna navigate your way around and all these things, you know? You're gonna either solo, you're gonna do pop rider, soul pop rider, you're gonna do partnership, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do, you know, so many things. Yes, so family, I'm telling you, man. So this time around is a good thing I never made that drastic decision because it was so tempting. It was so tempting for me to make that decision, you know. And thanks to everyone for stopping by. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. You know. But I'm saying sometimes the decision we're gonna make in life is so tempting, you know. So thank you, Oscar. Appreciate. Sometimes it's gonna be so stressful because you're making a decision and sometimes you're making it out of a stressful situation because you're having a difficult time. That's the worst time to make decision when you're having a difficult time. You just have to sing this song, say we are in a difficult time, but please don't worry and fret because they say what is to be must be, and what is for you you will get, you know. It's in spite of all the circumstances. You cannot worry and fret, you know. But don't make no drastic decisions, especially when you're upset. You're not thinking right at that time. So I learned because I did it before. So I paid the price for that. You know, I learned, man. And then I had to change the company because they want to charge me for the same car $2,000. I'm like, for what? Every 6 months, for what? And it's not like something just roll off the shelf. Oh, it's brand new. Let me roll it off the shelf. Then I would understand. You know what I mean? The same car, you go jack the price up. Even though we're gonna pay some more prices still come this time around. So but now I found an agent that if a company that I'm with the price is not right with me, I can call the agent and they do further research for me and find me one that is affordable within my budget. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good. But please don't make no drastic decision in anything, especially when it come on to things that like your car or anything, you know. If you pay up your insurance already and you get some time to think, so that mean even if you lose a month off it, let's say at least you have a month to think about exactly what you really want to do. Or would I say at least 2 weeks? Give yourself at least 2 weeks to think about what exactly you're gonna do with the car. Because sometimes when things happen right there and then, you're not thinking, "Oh, I'm not gonna do this. I don't think I want to do this." You know, you have all the complaint because I had them, so I know. Oh, I'm not gonna do this. You know, and then with no thinking, not thinking within that point, you're just thinking out of anger, acting out of anger because you're upset. You know what I mean? And then you realize that okay, when just need to calm down. You know, you just need to calm down and think. You know, is that going to do an exam and you start get panicking and all of this and you say, oh, the exam, I heard who somebody do it before and they say it's hard. Doesn't mean it have to hard for you because your brain doesn't mean your brain and my brain is the same thing. My brain could probably full of water and yours doesn't mean you have to full of water. So I'm saying, so it's good to hear what other people go through, but then you have to tough yourself up and say, I don't want to go through that. Thanks for the reminder, but I don't want to go through that because now they're telling you their errors. So now you know not to make those errors. You know what I mean? Even though one size don't fit all. And then some people take those errors and put it in their life and then chaotic. Then you stress yourself, oh, I fail, I fail. No, you fail because you apply the same application. You know what I mean? So it can be bad. In anything at all, don't have to be an exam. It could be anything, you know. At all, you have to have a mind where you can just take deep breath, exhale and inhale and exhale and just breathe out the carbon monoxide, you know, breathe in oxygen, you know, into your lungs. You need fresh air into your lungs. So, and it's a good thing I had get those time to just sit down and think about exactly what I want to do. And is it a tough task? It is a tough task. Anytime anything you have and these unexpected setbacks, I call them unexpected setbacks because one, you didn't hope that the car would have break down. You know it might break down one day. Or anything you have, you know it might not last long or something, but you didn't expect it so soon. You see what I'm saying? So now it kind of push you out of your budget area because now you have to push it in to fit into your budget where you didn't have it in the equation. You have it in the back of your head, but you didn't have it right there and then when it happened. You know what I mean? So then it kind of make you have to take a big detour, but we will all come back from it. Trust me, we come back from it. It's how we go about life will make the difference. We will come back from it. Just gotta keep fighting. As long as we're aware of what the situation is, what is at hand, what we need to do, because when you're not aware, then that's when the problem lies, where you keep fighting and fighting, and you're fighting an empty battle because you don't stop to think. You're just fighting an empty battle because you don't stop to think. You're so worked up. You know, no reasoning. You don't have no logics, no reasoning. Your reasonability shut off. It's like a pipe. You go there to catch water, you forgot the pipe turned off. Because you're so worked up. You know, so I think just stop and think, man. It help us because I'm telling you, he helped me this time around. Not to make that same mistake, because then insurance would have slapped me and my head would be exploding right now. So and then I looked at it like this. I said, you know what? Thank God I had paid up the 6 months insurance, and so while it was down, I didn't have to worry because at least I wouldn't have to worry about how every month I gotta pay insurance. I always like when I'm trying to pay the insurance. When I call to find out what can work in my budget, I like to ask them because it's every 6 months. I like to ask them, okay, so what is the 6 month rate? You know, yeah, you gotta ask these things. That mean because even though you may look and say, "Oh, I got $1,000 now, I can't spend my $1,000 now because I need it to search." But just think about if you pay for 6 months, you have a whole 6 months. You have a whole. You don't have no headache to deal with. You know what I mean? You don't have that headache to deal with no more in anything you're doing. If you can. You're not going able to do everything all the time for a 6 month period. It's impossible. But some things, if you can, you can. To ease the pressure off you, especially big bills. Big bills. 'Cause those big bills, they're irritating. they, they irritate. Even the little ones, they're irritating too. Cause today you forget them. Sometimes the little bills you forget them. So they're irritating too. And then sometimes they come behind each other, depending if you use a credit card or so. So they all flying behind each other, like, where you going? The bills like, what? Where you going? Slow down. Why? Hello, I'm back. No, I don't want to see you. It's such is life. I don't know why I wrap up under this blanket. I am burning up. I am boiling up. So hope everybody doing good tonight. Hope everybody is doing amazing. And don't let nothing stress us out. We gotta fight. Don't let nothing stress us out. Don't give up. No matter what, don't give up. Because giving up is something that's the first thing. Sometimes when something going wrong, with first thing we route to is to give up. Please don't give up. Please hold on. If I'm holding on, anybody can hold on. Trust me. If I'm holding on, anybody can hold on. Just stop and think. That's one of your key right there. Just to stop and think. It's like you get in your car and before you drive off or drive out, you stop and you think about the direction you're gonna go. Same way, you stop and think about what exactly you really need to do. And those thoughts will come, but not in anger. You ain't gonna come in anger. In anger, you're gonna be mad. You ain't gonna see clearly. It's like you're crying and your whole face blurry. Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want that. Because then you're not gonna make no positive decision then, no conscious decision. You're not gonna make none when you're like that. You might make one that makes sense and then it don't hold up, it don't last, because it was built out of anger, you know. It was built out of when you worked up yourself, you're stressed out. How am I gonna manage? How am I gonna do this? How am I no 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 no. Same way we can ask those questions, we can tell ourselves, all right, you know what? I got me a penny right here. I probably just use my penny. Well, it's my lifeline. I'm gonna use my lifeline. Then just use your lifeline. How many of we play games? Anybody who play games understand when we talk about lifeline. You have one lifeline left. But you need that you didn't want to use the lifeline because you were holding on. Holding because you know that you need to get over here in order to refill again, right? But sometimes you're left with no choice but to use the lifeline, right? So you could get over there. And then sometimes you don't make it over there, but sometimes you do. Sometimes, most times, you fight your way to manage to make it over there so you could fill up again and then you're back again. So, so such is life, family. Such is life. So just remember your lifeline, It's just sometimes we play games, we go here, we go here, and sometimes you're going out and sometimes you say, this is the last of my dime that I got. Same thing like you say, last of your lifeline. But you're going out with a purpose, that's the thing. You're going out in faith, you're going out in victory, you're going out like you already won something. You're walking out there because you tell yourself you're going out there and whatever that is, even if it's a job or you're trying to open your own business or you're trying to elevate yourself to whatever it is, you gotta have that power. It's like a power struggle towards yourself, just towards you and you. Power it through, propel yourself through with the lifeline you got, you know, and don't be stingy with your lifeline because scarce things don't make nothing. You can't be holding on to something and want to flourish more when time you hear the voice say, just use this now. I got you, just use this. And you're afraid for using. No, you listen to your inner thoughts. You hear that voice say, just use this, man. I got you. It's not a man voice talking to you in human being voice. I'm talking to you. They say got you, they got you. You just let them listen. You know what I mean? It's not like somebody telling you a story and they say I got you and then you don't believe them. No, no, no. It's you talking to you now. You gotta listen to your inner self. Your intuition. Just use that. You got you. You gotta believe though. Because I realize that when we don't believe that things can happen, miracles can happen, that's when we really falter. That's when you sing your song, I was at the edge of the bridge. That's when you realize you're at the edge of the bridge. But when you realize that you use a lifeline or something, he already know you're at the edge of the bridge. But you were willing to risk it all to do what you have to do. And he will put you back from that edge. He will pull you back. You know? So when that intuition come in, you have to use it. You know, you gotta use it. Because it's life. You know what? Growing up, they say, what is life without a struggle? Because through your struggles, gonna come triumph. You're gonna have your victory through your struggles. And that's how we have stories. How you think people have stories? Through their trials, through their tribulation. Here comes triumph, here comes victory. As this song say, I got a victory in you. I don't remember this song. I just remember I got a victory in you. So that's how you get to be happy. How do you get to be happy over here? Because of your struggles. You see where you were at and now you see how you come over here. It's like a night at the museum and in the museum come alive. Everything in the come alive. If anybody watched that movie before, you will come alive. We will all come alive. It's just that we have to learn how to roll and roll in our lane, be humble, stay present, be patient, stay focused, stop to think about life. You can't think about the world. because the world don't know us. But we can't stop to think about what we know and how we're gonna navigate with what we know, how we're gonna use what we got, which is those lifeline that we got. Even if it's a dime, it's a lifeline you got. If it's a penny, however you would call your lifeline, a penny, a cent, a dollar, a $2, whatever that lifeline that you got holding on to, you hold it on for a reason. But then when something happen and you hear that voice say just use what you got. That mean, in other words, it's like telling you, I'm not telling you that you have to go big. If you can find your way out, find your way out. Because if you can't find your way out, I will put people along the way for you. But once you can find your way out, find your way out. Before we start, say, hey, 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 find your way out first. Because sometimes it's like you go here and you say, hey, bro, hey, sis, I need this. And they say, oh, so what have you done? What were you going to do if I weren't here or something? They're asking you to see what were your thoughts? What were you thinking about? How you going to navigate your way? What if I wasn't here? What if I was in another country? You see what I'm saying? So we have to think. Even though with technology, you don't care where you are nowadays. But still, you gotta stop and think about how you gonna challenge yourself that in the situation that you get yourself into. How am I gonna come out? Okay, you gotta think about your lifeline. Because holding on to the lifeline is gonna come in handy. And then when your lifeline come in handy, that's what you're gonna use. But then you're gonna realize that you start worried now, oh, but I use up my lifeline. Well, yeah. But you use it up because it was necessary. And sometimes your lifeline gonna challenge you to see if you're stingy, greedy for other things, for what other people have, or because you want to keep what you have. No, you will still lose it. Because it's more trials gonna come. And when more trials come, you gonna make you use up all of that because it's a lesson. You have a lifeline, use it. Don't hold on to it just to use other people's stuff. Use what you got, and then when you don't got anything, he will plant seeds along the way for you to reap. Because he see that you sow your seed. So he will plant stuff along the way for you. He will create that pathway for us. Yeah, when we think there was no way, the way is there, but he want us first. He want things to start with us. When we're in situation, it's gonna start with us. How are we gonna get out of that situation? It's not through nobody else. It's through us. What we are gonna do to get ourselves out of that situation? How are we working to cope with what is at hand with us? Are we trying to find solutions? Are we trying to beat ourselves up with the problem that is already there? Are we trying to drown ourselves in those problems, or are we trying to fight to get out of those problems? Here comes your lifeline. Begin with you. You start to think, oh, there was a penny, I forgot. It was in my whatever. It was there, and if you don't use it up and trying to use other people's stuff, he ain't gonna get you. He ain't gonna get you. Because even if he get you, he still wanted to use that lifeline because he had a set, you have it there, but he had a set purpose for that the lifeline. And if you don't use that lifeline so he can generate fresh one, it's like you use up they have the method leaf or FIFO, AFCO. Of course, I think the average and leaf or FIFO last in first, out first in last out, whatever they call it, you know leaf or FIFO, AFCO, anybody know those in business terms? You understand? That's how you see. Even when you go on shelf, you see they put the things that just come to the back of the shelf and the things that was already there, they rotate them and put to the front. Because those were the lifeline that was on the shelf until new things arrive. They have to rotate them, leaf or FIFO, AFCO. Mostly leaf or FIFO. Yeah, of course, the average. So you gotta know your lifeline. And when your intuition telling you that your lifeline, this is it. This is it, my friend. I give you this. You know you got this. Use your lifeline. He want to replenish you, but he can't replenish you when you hold on to greed. Because at this time you need it. So there's no need for you to hold on to it just so use what other people got. Because you're using up other people's lifeline when you don't want to use yours. You have to also remember that. No matter, even if they have in a 5 star, whatever they have, doesn't mean you're still going in their budget. You're still going in their lifeline, which is their budget, how they budget their life. You're still going in it, so you have to remember that. So when you have a lifeline and you can use it first. He will know how to drop his seed along the way. He will know how to tell people, hey, I got a young lady here, I got a young man here, and they'll use their last lifeline. Are they on their last lifeline? I need you to step in. He will tell the people he need to step in to help you, to help you. There's no need for you to ask. He will tell those people to step in. Because guess what? You gonna go to those person don't even know that God send them in your direction. But you gonna go and say, hey man, they know you. They know you. They gonna hear you complain. They gonna hear you bickering. They know. But they already had the task at hand. But it's for you to go and let them know your situation, your circumstances, how you use your lifeline to hold on to this far or thus far. You ever see a man out there and he's struggling in water and he holding on to the last lifeline he have, which is him and his inner tuition, his thought, his spirit, his connection, not with mankind, because nobody probably didn't even know he was there. But he hold on to that. He hold on to that belief, he hold on to that faith. And he say, you know what, I'm not giving up. Nope, nope, nope. I was watching the news this evening. I saw this truck like he almost flipped over to the bridge, and they were listening to the call to the dispatcher, what they call the 911 about the emergency to it. And I remember when the guy said they kept him on the phone, and I remember one part he said, "I don't want to die," and he was holding on. He was holding on. So he have his last lifeline because it was at a terrible place. Because if that truck had fell over to the brink there, his lifeline, who knows what would have happened to that lifeline he was holding on to. So you got to know what you holding on to. We all have something we holding on to. What is that? What is that lifeline? Is it a penny? Is it a dime? Is it a nickel? Is it what? Is it a dollar? Is it a $5? Whatever that lifeline is. You know. You know what situation, you don't know what situation you're going to get into. But then when you get into situation, it's for us to stop and think. And things are going to come our way. Some things you probably shove to the back that you wouldn't even remember when things was good. You're not going to remember that it's there when things is good. But then when things get out of hand, you stop and think now, because at this time it's like you start rolling the dice now. You're saying, but wait. And you start to really dig deep and think, and then you're like, wait, hold up. And then you realize that, you know what? I got a lifeline. So know what your lifeline is, people. Have that strong connection, have that strong belief. Don't give up, be connected. Your intuition not gonna lead you wrong. Make sure it's the first one. Don't stop and think. Sometimes the first one you have to stop and think about it too. Because sometimes you can't really jump, but most of the time it's not gonna lead you in the other direction. If you have to have a second thought about something, it's because the second intuition is coming in and trying to push the first one out. So you have to, at this time now, you're in a tug of war now, contemplating. Should I call Harry? Should I call Pat? No, 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 that's lifeline. You're your first line of defense in anything you're going through. Your first line of defense is knowing your lifeline, your connection. How strong is it? Because a lot of time we look like, oh, when things go wrong, our connection is you, other people. No, our connection is for us to be connected. Because trials are going to come, tribulation are going to come, and these things are going to test us. They are going to test us, and we have to understand our lifeline. Because he made no mistake when he created us. He gave us all a lifeline. Sometimes we have a few lifeline in a lot of stuff. And then you use it till you're on your last lifeline. But he's there for you because you didn't give up. He give you a task to do. He tests us. And because we didn't give up, he will multiply. So that lifeline that you think you lose, you didn't lose it. You had to give that up. You got to give that up. Sometimes we're holding on. And we're holding on and then we're wondering why U-turn can't be U-turn. No, because you're holding on to something after he said, you know what, just let it go. Oh no, but I love it. No, let it go. Oh, I love it. Let it go. And we have a million and one reason why we don't want to let it go. Oh, but if now we acting like pursue the code algorithm. Don't want to let it go. Hey, we have the button. If just make it a fool of us. We start if up the place. Eh? Whether we mathematically inclined or that we just start but if what if the if statement, just if around. Not realizing that we need to let go of what he said we need to let go of. But if I take my earring out, I ain't gonna look good. If I take my chain off, I'm gonna feel empty. Gotta learn. Learning begin with us. You know? Sometimes all we need to do is just literally to just stop what we're doing. And it's not just when things going wrong. It's all the time to stop what we're doing and put in that thinking, that thought process. So we can thoroughly think about life. Think about what we're in and what is our lifeline. Is it one lifeline we have? Is it two lifeline? Is it three lifeline? And some of the natural lifeline that we see around us every time is like we hear somebody say, well, look, I'm going to be out of town for a while. They got their lifeline in place because they make sure that, all right, I have my lifeline to pay this bill, I have my lifeline to pay this. And so when I'm away, I don't have to worry till I come back. Then I generate back again. You know what I mean? You go right back into your job or back into your business or wherever you come from vacation. Then you get right back into the rhythm. Your balance gonna be off for a while, but you already had your lifeline set in place to understand that okay, I'm gonna be away for a while. Even people who take in vacation, they got their lifeline. They got their vacation lifeline. They say, all right, then I'm going on vacation. I'm gonna need this lifeline. I'm gonna need this $1 for this lifeline here, and this place I'm going to. They already have those lifeline in place. And then they already know that when they come back, the lifeline is already used up to the point where they only probably have one lifeline left. So they have to get right back into action. Action, get back into the job, get back if you had a business or whatever you were doing, you have to get back real quick. It's not like you can come back and say, you know what, I'm going to take 2 days break again because of so and so, because you already know how your lifeline looks. So you have to understand your lifeline, and then you have to understand the spiritual lifeline. That connection, that one-on-one, that come through you, your inner thoughts. You gotta understand that. You gotta have that faith, that belief, that trust, within you. Not within you and the world, within you. I understand that, and you have to hold on to your lifeline. So I'm just giving you some of the ways you have lifeline, just opinionated lifeline. This is not like we do no research on anything. We're just talking about life on a whole with the opinionated lifeline that we all use, and we won't even realize that they're our lifeline because we are in a situation. So whatever those lifelines are, you ever see somebody sick on the side of the street or something, and somebody just come up? That's a lifeline. Because he was planted there to help. You don't know. Cause you're in a situation you can't even think. But he know your lifeline was running out, and he run out right there. And in order for you now to get back where you need to get to, he gonna send you a lifeline. And anybody play game understand what we talk about lifeline. When you see certain game and you need that lifeline to keep you going, is your game go over. So you have to understand your lifeline, understand your part in life. Everybody have a part in life, you know what I mean? We have to understand it. You know, I can be talking and everything, and I understand my part in life. You have to understand your life part in life. However that lifeline is to you, you know what I mean? You ever some can relate to this. Some people go into party, and somebody say, "Hey, I'm taking you to this party. Are you coming?" Man, you know those press on nails. Last lifeline you have, because they you weren't going. Because then you might mess up your fingernails or something, and then you need to put on some press on. You say, man, it's a good thing I have some press on. That's a lifeline. Because maybe if you didn't have that, then you would say, you know what, I ain't going nowhere because I don't got this. Or your hair didn't get done. You didn't even have a ponytail. You know those ponytail you get to put in your hair. That we all females should have one of those where you could get some gel and base your hair up and catch it up. I got me two of those. You know, and you can catch your hair up and you're good to go. If you have to use that as a lifeline because you didn't want to braid your hair or you didn't want to style your hair. You see what I'm saying? Like even wigs. Wigs are like a lifeline, you know, because you might get a call, you might send out a some what they call it, those, sorry, what they call it, oh, it's rolling off my tongue, it's not coming. Oh Lord. Oh, anyway, let me keep going. I can't remember. It's not coming out. So I can't remember that. But you know, just keep going. Know what's your lifeline? You know. No. Know what our lifeline is. We all have lifeline. Sometimes our lifeline is to pick up the phone when we're not feeling well. You bear your life. You know when you at this point where you need to pick up your phone and call somebody. You literally know when you're at that part. Cause the intuition tell you, call this person. Sometimes you're disobedient. Cause we're very disobedient people sometimes to our own self. We're very disobedient. Sometimes we don't listen to our inner thoughts. You know, I'm guilty of that too. So don't feel bad if you're one of those people. And he's telling you, hey, remember you're not feeling well. Pick the phone up and call. And they give you the person too. Sometimes your intuition come in and they give you the person who you're supposed to call. The person number is already in your phone. You probably haven't even talked to them for weeks, days, months, or whatever. But that lifeline is in your phone that they know no matter what, that person, once you call them, they go answer. That thought gonna come into your head. Sometimes you say, why you gonna tell me to call this person? I haven't even talked to them in call. It's for a reason. Called. Sometimes they might not even pick up right away because they don't get the understand. But when you call back down, they know, okay, I need to answer. It could be something. See what I'm saying? And then it's something. So so you go family, but we're not gonna stay any longer or anything. Just want you to understand that whatever we're going through in life, don't give up. You know, dreams are valid, hopes are valid, faith are valid, your connection with yourself and your spiritual being is very important to connect, you know, and remember your lifeline. You know, it's not just when you're on the planet here, when you want your, you know, you have some press on nails or you got some ponytail or you got some wig for lifeline, you're going to a function and somebody just tell you suddenly, you ever hear somebody call you up so sudden, hey, meet me here, meet me there. And you're like, but what am I gonna do? My hair is not cool. Then you remember you have one wig killing, whoppy killing, floppy. Philip, you quickly get some conditioner with some lukewarm water. You just dip it in there, shook, shook, shook. You get your blow dry, you blow, blow, blow. That's your lifeline. for that circumstances. You know what I mean? So every situation we gonna find ourselves in, there's a lifeline. Sometimes the lifeline is not on us, but the seeds that plant along the pathway you were on, it will be there. It's just for you to claim it. We gotta claim it. You know, gotta claim it. You know, when my car was down and I reached out to so many people because I weren't thinking, and the one person that came in my mind to reach out to was the lifeline to help me get the car to where it need to get to so that it could be attended to. You know, even though he having his own hiccups, what don't have hiccups? Even me, I have hiccups in a while, but you know, I guess I don't grow. They say when you stop growing, you don't have no hiccups. But family, I'm boiling up under this. I gotta go. But I want you guys to have a peaceful night, have a blessed night. Remember your lifeline. It could be in any situation you're in. Remember your first line of lifeline is you. If you have your lifeline, don't be greedy because you will lose it. Use it so that it can replenish. All right. But if you keep holding on to it, it won't replenish. So anyway, family, walk would have a blessed night. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for listening and something. And remember, your lifeline is important, which is you. Start with you. You're your lifeline. Connect with your inner self, with your spiritual being that God gave to you. Connect to that ability. We all have abilities, whether we like it or not. Just have to be in one of these what they call it, a gazebo. Be in one of these gazebo like me. Anyway, family, walk good, have a good night. Bye. Thank you all for tuning in. Bye bye. All right, lifeline is out.